when you look at a guy, and just look at him from television, you're like, okay, he doesn't have the cap shoulders like Giannis. He's not freight trained like LeBron. He can't jump out the gym like a young Shaq. But bro, he just light people up.
Jokic, and tried to find Jones, got it back.
We are seeing an absolute master at the game of basketball like we've maybe almost never seen before, at the peak of his power.
A towering 7-foot, 284-pound center stunned everyone by pouring in 18 points in just 3 minutes of overtime, and he did it without a single dunk or easy cleanup bucket. Instead, the crowd watched in disbelief as he calmly buried fadeaways, drilled step-back threes, and iced the game at the free throw line with surgical precision. Nikola Jokic didn't look like a traditional big man in that moment. He moved like a skilled forward, smoothly orchestrating the offense while the arena fell silent. What he's doing right now feels historic, the kind of dominance not seen since Wilt Chamberlain reshaped the league in the 1960s. And this performance came on the biggest stage. Christmas Day 2025, Denver versus Minnesota, the final showdown of a stacked holiday schedule. These two Western Conference rivals have years of tension behind them, and with Anthony Edwards spending the week declaring this would be his night, his moment, Jokic once again flipped the script.
This goddamn Joker guy, man, he's shooting like, they say in like the last 5 or 6 games, he's shooting like 77% from the field.
Yeah, this season in 3 weeks, I think he's at 67% from the field.
Oh my God.
He is the best basketball player in the world. You just going out there getting easy triple doubles and he ain't getting them fluky 10 points, 10 rebounds, 11. He get like 25, 16, and 17.
To his credit, Anthony Edwards delivered on the hype, erupting for 44 points and dragging Minnesota back from a 15-point hole in the final 5.5 minutes of regulation. He capped the comeback with a jaw-dropping, twisting three-pointer with 1.1 seconds left, forcing overtime and sending Target Center into chaos. The building was shaking, the crowd was losing it, and all the momentum had swung to the Timberwolves. Overtime opened with Minnesota ripping off a 9-0 run, while Denver misfired on 5 straight shots, making the Nuggets look finished. It felt over. But that's when Nikola Jokic flipped the switch, stopped playing polite, and unleashed a stretch of basketball that didn't just change the game. It rewrote the record book in real time.
Bernard King had those 60 back in '84. Wilt with 59. And tonight, Jokic with 56 points.
Nikola Jokic, bro. Oh my God. He might be the best basketball player I've ever seen.
Jokic poured in all 18 of his points during overtime alone, setting a new NBA record for the most ever scored in a single extra period and breaking Stephen Curry's previous mark of 17. What made it even crazier was the perfection. He didn't miss a shot the entire overtime, going a flawless 100% from the field. He drilled 2 deep three-pointers to ignite a 16-4 Denver surge, then calmly sealed the game by sinking all 8 of his free throws in the final 30 seconds, like it was a routine practice drill. The final numbers almost sound unreal. 56 points, 16 rebounds, 15 assists, shooting 71% from the floor, and 22 of 23 at the line. That stat line had never existed before. Not from Jordan, not from LeBron, not from Magic, not even Wilt. A 55-15-15 performance had never been recorded in NBA history until that night.
Being 6'11", 6'10", 11, with basketball IQ, skill, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass, he sees things 3 steps ahead.
Jokic with 7 to shoot, guarded by Aldama. Going behind the back to Watson. Underneath. Put it away, Spencer Jones. Oh my goodness.
Like, there's always a place for a shooter, right?
Yes.
Always a place for a shooter in the NBA. There's always a place for somebody who can rebound. Now, if you can rebound and shoot, okay, you're going to be good. If you can rebound, shoot, handle, you're going to be really, really good.
50 million.
Yeah, if you can rebound, shoot, handle, and your basketball IQ is top 5 in the NBA, you're unstoppable.
Jokic didn't just break a record that night. He created something entirely new, and his reaction afterwards somehow made it even more unbelievable. When reporters asked about the historic performance, he simply shrugged and said he had a good game. like he'd casually logged a quiet 20-10 on a random weeknight. If that doesn't force you to rethink what a center can be in today's NBA, you're missing the bigger picture. And here's the part that makes it even more stunning. That Christmas explosion wasn't a one-night miracle. It was the peak of a ridiculous December run. Over the month, Jokic averaged 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, numbers that go far beyond a hot streak and straight into dominance. He recorded 6 triple-doubles in just 12 games, added 4 more double-doubles, and almost every night delivered stat lines most players never reach in their careers. He torched Sacramento for 36 points while shooting 88%, barely missing anything he threw toward the rim. And against Houston, he was so efficient the game was over early, logging just 29 minutes in a blowout.
See there on the screen, the Denver Nuggets 0 for 5 in overtime, and there's a hit. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Joker feeling it. Hits another 3. 44 points for the Joker. Here in overtime, Denver started OT, missing its first 5. They've hit their last 3. Jokic leaner, good.
I don't know. I can't guard him. I was just the last man that was tall enough, to be honest. There's no answer for Jokic. I'm not going to lie.
That stretch came against one of the league's toughest defensive teams, a group known for elite rim protection, and Jokic still toyed with a near 40-point triple-double like it was no big deal. Earlier in the month against Dallas, he casually dropped 29 points, 20 rebounds, and 13 assists. Yes, 20 boards and 13 assists, even in a loss. And that's the part most people overlook. Even when Denver doesn't win, Jokic still controls the entire stat sheet. These performances aren't flukes, and they aren't nights where everything magically clicks. This is simply what his games look like now. This is Jokic on a random Tuesday. This is the new normal. Teammate Peyton Watson summed it up perfectly after the Christmas game, saying we're watching history on a night-to-night basis and can't afford to take what Jokic does for granted. And he's right, because every era has its legends, players who define generations and set the standard for greatness. But once in a while, someone comes along who doesn't just raise the bar.
They got Pickett in there and Watson. 3, Jokic. Wow. Often. Jokic will now drive on the big man for the Wolves. Underneath, Brown to Jokic. Foul. Count it.
But what he's doing right now this year, what he did last night, was a reminder that it's time to have different conversations about him outside of MVP.
What Jokic is doing right now, especially after a night like that, should push the conversation far beyond MVP debates. Performances like this place him on a level so dominant and so unusual that comparing him to his peers almost feels pointless. The last time a league saw something like this was in the 1960s with Wilt Chamberlain, a player who didn't just beat opponents, but existed in a different basketball reality, scoring 100 points in a game, grabbing 55 rebounds in another, and averaging 50 points over an entire season. Wilt wasn't simply better than everyone else. He made the numbers look unreal and left defenders completely lost. For years, people have floated the Jokic-Wilt comparison, but after what happened on Christmas, it's no longer hype or exaggeration. It's hard reality. If you're still overlooking this run, you're watching history pass by in real time, because Jokic has become the modern version of Wilt, a player making the rest of the league look like it's operating in a slower, outdated version of the game.